Hi, welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at this interesting avionic item. The thing is called the CCU, Common Control Unit. I don't know in which aircraft it was installed. If you know something about this unit, please leave a comment. On the front there is a CRT display and a lot of keys. We can see also here two photo cells. On the rear, as you can see, there are several connectors. There is also a ground connection here. So by the way, we can see the reference of this unit, serial number 213. The thing was manufactured by Racal Avionics in England, and we have 4 connectors. This one, PLA, 10 pins, PLB, more pins, and PLC, PLD. Okay, so this is a kind of coaxial connector. This seems to be the same. So we have here the power supply board. There is here a quad comparator, military specifications. There is a second one here. There is here a power supply transformer. These two parts are optocouplers, and we have here the board for the CRT. Let's have a look on the other side. We have here the flyback transformer for the CRT. You can see here the EHT voltage. It is used for the post acceleration of the CRT. It is written here. We can see 5 boards. This one concerns the CRT. Okay, so we can see 2 connectors. So this one concerns the power supply of the CRT. This cable is connected to this plate. We can see several gas arresters here. And this cable is connected to the back of the CRT. The second cable concerns the deflection. It is connected to the yoke. Let's start with the second board here. Okay, so this board is called video analog. So there is an 8-bit digital to analog converter. So this one is used for the brightness. And here we have a quad op-amp and several logic ICs. So there are several LEDs on that side, HS, BR, and clock. Okay, so there is 2 trimmers, AB offset and AB gain. And here we have the minimum brightness and the maximum brightness. It depends on the CRT. And there is the crystal. I cannot read the frequency. Let's see the third board. Okay, so here we have the CPU board. This board is called control processor. It's a 6809. Here we have the static memory. We have here 32 kilobytes EEPROM for the code. And a 6840. There is here the crystal oscillator for the very high clock frequency of 4 MHz. And we have 2 PAL here. And here we have another ZN428. A ULS 2003, so this is an array of 7 transistors. This board is a video board. We have here the static RAM for the video. And we have here the font character. and we have another interesting board. So this thing is very interesting. Look at that, beautiful board. So this board is called the remote terminal. We have two identical hybrids. It seems to be a 1550 communication bus. We have these two transformers. There is here a differential transceiver interface, and there is another one. This one is a receiver and transceiver, or vice versa. I don't remember. This is a 6116. This is a 2 kilobytes static RAM. And here we have a 6850. Several programmable logic ICs. And we have this very nice assembly here. So the thing is called MRTU, something interesting. Okay, so the last board is this one, but there is a bracket. Okay, we can see the bracket here. So I need to unscrew this screw here. Okay, so this is a nice CRT board.
We can see here the dump of the EEPROM, 32 kilobytes. The EEPROM is almost full. Anyway, there are some interesting strings, so we can see some messages here, which are obviously the result of some text. There is the first menu here, which is the operator test menu. And we can see another interesting thing. We have also a hidden menu. We can see references to some trimmers here. So it seems that we have an adjustment menu.
We can see here 4 diodes and 2 wires. This is probably the power supply input. There is rectifying. So this bridge is probably connected to this filter and to this capacitor. Okay, so there is one terminal here. And the second one. So the power supply input there should be these two pins here. This block here seems to be a filter, and we can see these two feed-through capacitors. These two wires are probably connected to the lighting of the keypad. At startup there is a CCS failure. I don't know what CCS means, but there is a test button here. This is the operator test menu, maintenance, reports. Now there are 5 errors. So there is here an LRU ID. Now this is maybe a line replacement unit. ID is 10 and auxiliary ID 0. There is an alert test button. It permits to activate this annunciator. There is a keyboard test. So you can see that we have one fault line here corresponding to this line of keys here. Well, there is an auto brightness test. Okay, so we need some light. Test passed. It is possible to activate the auto brightness. It is activated currently. There is an AKU test. No AKU connected. I don't know what AKU means. The reset button. Test failed. Exit. There is a CCD test. No CCD connected. Test failed. Stick. There is a serial test. Link test permits to perform all tests. And we have a system fail. There is also a hidden menu. We can see this hidden menu on the code. But I don't know how to get access to this hidden menu. It permits the adjustments of this unit. There is probably a combination of keys to activate at startup. And we have here the keypad assembly. You can see that there is a light pipe for each key. We can see here the keypad PCB. So we can see the bulbs for the lighting of the keypad. And we can see here the membrane. Okay, so this is actually the PCB. You can see the track, and on that PCB there is a very thin film. So this is not a paint, this is a film. We can see here. So we should have an issue with the common line here of these 6 keys here. These keys here are connected normally to this track, this one here, but this line is not connected to any of these pins here. So this line is isolated, and this is why this thing doesn't work. I have found the issue. So this via is here actually. Okay, and you can see this wire is cut. Second test after repair. Perfect. Okay guys, I have found the magic keys to get access to the hidden menu. One needs to press these two keys together before pressing test key. Look at that. The hidden menu appears. I have found these strings on the code. I was wondering what is the meaning of these strings, but actually it is only an example for the different attributes.